Hey everybody, Raymond here with the Evercrafter. Welcome to my page, welcome to my live. Today I am taking part in Friday's Fabulous Fakers. Thank you again, ladies, for always having me. I love it here. You are my people. If you're catching this part, more than likely you're catching a replay. I am a little bit early. So go ahead and hashtag that replay down below or to the side, wherever it's on your screen. Let me know you're here. Let me know who you are, where you're from, and if someone sent you, let me know who sent you. Alright, give me just a few seconds to get myself pulled up over here on my laptop, and I'll be right back with you. Hey, Lauren. Just trying to get myself pulled up, share myself out. Oh, I'm sorry. Lock myself out. There we go. What's up, Q? Hey, Justin. How are you? I need to inbox you later. Okay? If I forget, and you remember that I didn't inbox you, inbox me so I remember to inbox you. Oh, waiting on the bus. Ugh. Y'all getting rain today? Or cold? We're getting like a ton of rain. So y'all probably hear thunder and possibly rain because the downspouts right outside that window. So, hey, Michelle. Oh, I'm sorry, Lauren. Justin. I need to inbox him. I keep forgetting. Codish. Yeah. Hey, Linda. Thanks for watching. Welcome. I'm Raymond with the Evercrafter. And welcome to my page. We do all kinds of great stuff and fun stuff here. And if you're following the page, you're now officially a flocker. I call everyone flockers like flamingos. I kind of have a live happily ever crafter is my slogan. So it's kind of like a little kingdom. And I call all people that follow my page my flockers. So you're officially a flocker. Welcome. Trying to get this to work over here. And it's not doing what I want it to. My shirt has a little animal. I think it's a otter. I'm not really sure. But it says social anxiety. Because that's me. Alright, Pam. Have a great night. Send me some fish. Thanks, Jill. I got it at Dollar General. Hey Shelby, how are you today? Boy Pup is doing great. He is now back to normal everything. So that's great. Hey Christy. But Girl Pup, on the other hand, decided to try to escape from her room last night, and she broke one of her toenails off. Yay. Thanks, Justin. Thank you, Cece. Hey, friend. Hey, bestie. No problem. You're supposed to spend all the time with the grandbabies. And thank you again for having me, Shelby. Lauren, she's done this twice now. But yeah, they'll grow back. Yeah, this is her second time doing it. It's just because she's stubborn, and when she doesn't get her way, that's how she acts out, is by clawing. And it's always the same toenail, so. But yeah, so it is officially time. So today, Teresa, that is the rain. It is storming here, and the downspout from the house is right outside this window right here. And of course, it waited till I got ready to go live to start storming. Yeah. Hey, Jane Ann. Teresa, post your YouTube page, please. So, there's thunder. So, last night on the live, we did start our Fairyland cake. And I told y'all I would probably continue to work on it last night to get to a certain point. So that today we could focus on making additional flowers, finishing it off, those type of things. And things that I wanted to show you how to do, but it would take too long to show you on the entire cake. Those type of situations. Michelle says I'm frozen. I haven't seen it on my side though. Hey Shannon. So today we will be yeah, it's ridiculous outside right now. And the hubs, of course, is in New Orleans, an hour away for work. He does come home today. He should actually be home in about 2-3 hours. But luckily he didn't drive today. He rode with somebody, so that's good. Hey Gail. Hey Roger. All right, there. Teresa did post her YouTube page, and I'm pinning it down below, so everybody be sure and go follow that. Hey Carol. Hey Gail. All right. So yeah, like I said, we I could have been super steel. That's a great possibility. Like I said, we're gonna finish up the cake that we started on last night. So let me show you where we're at with it. All right. So show of hearts if you want to see where we're at on the well blah 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 blah. Words are hard. Show of hearts if you want to see the cake that we started on last night. Hey Shorty. Hey Linda. Okay, Michelle. I understand that. Alright, we got some hearts. Ready? Remember, it's 3 pieces, but I did stack it. It's not permanently attached to each other, okay? And we're going to go over each thing that I added so I can show you how to do those. I know my camera needs to be angled different, and I can't get it to do it right now. Hey. Hey, Marie. So that's where we're at. And there are the 3D flowers. I did start putting them on. All right. Now, I'm going to pick it up piece by piece. Now that I have it like this, I can do what I need to do. So here's your top layer. It does have the morning glory. It's got the great big buttercup on the top. It's got some mushrooms. And you'll notice around the bottom here, there's no grass or anything yet. We're going to work on that today so I can show you how to do that. All right. Now let me set that one to the side. This is layer 2. It's a little stuck. Hold on. There we go. So there's layer 2. Again, the morning glories, one of the big flowers. Another buttercup, different from the top buttercup. This one also, if you notice, has the grass around the bottom. We're going to work on that today. Thank you, Liz. How are you today? And here is the bottom layer. There's a calla lily, a rose, another rose, buttercup. Hey, Roxanne. I do sell some of my items. This one I'm actually making for my dining room, but I could possibly make another one. But I do have some of my items for sale. All right, so we're going to set the top layer and the middle layer to the side, and we're going to work on the grass at this point. That's the first thing I want to show y'all how to do. So everywhere you see the little open areas around the bottom, that's where we're going to go in and add some grass. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you, Q. Thank you, Ginger and Michelle. So, for grass, is this the right green? Or is that the right green? This is the green. I have two different greens. Actually, I have three different greens, but this is the one I need. All right. I've got some green clay here, right? Yeah, I'm going to work on, as soon as we put this grass on, we're going to work on some flowers too. If y'all hear my dog, I apologize because it's thundering. She's not very happy. So, y'all may hear her. So, what I do is I take a little bit of the green and I just make a little worm. I did it in my hands. It does not need to be perfect. And I'm going to find a spot I want to start at. It doesn't matter where you start at all. But you know how we are as crafters. We're picky. I use foam clay, of course. I use some of everybody's. Most of this is actually... most of the clay I use for this one is Area 54. I'm trying to use it up because it's my older of the clays before I go back to using my new clay. It does kind of look like a green bean. So what I do is I take this. You're going to push it onto your base. Notice I'm not using glue. So I'm going to show you what I did with this piece here. Because this is wetter clay, it should stick without any problem. But in the instance that you want to add glue, you just rub some tacky glue on there and then attach it, okay? So you can see right there, I just kind of shoved it up in there underneath the flower right here. Now I'm going to take my tweezers, okay? And all I'm doing is going in and maneuvering it where I want it to go, pushing it down and pulling up. So all you're doing is pinching it down, putting your tweezers in and pinching and pulling up a little bit. It just gives it a little bit of texture in there. And just remember, it doesn't all have to be the same depth. You can do it all any way you want to. So you see there, it gave it texture like grass. So that literally, that's all you have to do for your grass. So I'm going to move on to the next little area. And on some of the, you see how, remember how I did the little green stems last night? Some of those I will cover up, and some of them I won't. It just depends on how much space there is on each side of it. And by doing this pinching technique, it allows you to push the clay up and around the flowers more than you can with your fingers. Which, if you have any issues with flowers not being exactly flat if you've done them like I did ahead of time. This will also allow you to kind of give it a little extra support up in there. Now on the bottom 2 layers, I did not go around the outside of the mushroom, but I did on this one. Hey Sue, how are you? And again, you can use this to help, you can use your tweezers to help get the clay in there better where you want it. Also, if y'all don't mind, going down there and hitting that little arrow and flocking me out to some people, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm doing okay, Sue. Aggravated with the weather, but other than that, I'm good. It decided to wait to start storming until I went alive, and I can hear it, and it's bothering me. Could be worse. I mean, I could be at work today, and I'm not, so that's good. Thank you, Ginger. So is Nikki B. What's up? Thank you, Jane Ann. Because I don't want to put this down, I'm just going to do the clay like that to roll it. Now right here, I have a larger area to fill, so I'm going to put some extra clay in there before I start to shape it. So all my flowers are attached to the clay because they're dry. Remember, I made my flowers ahead of time, so a lot of these were dry. So what I did is I did use Dollar Tree's version of 6000 to attach my flowers on. I actually attached most of them this morning while I was watching so that they would be dry and in place. No problem, Brandy. Hey, Destiny. How are you? I haven't seen you in forever. Love you. That's my niece. One of my nieces. Brandy, tell Dean, go team, beat him up, those kind of things. Love you too, Destiny. All right, I need to get a little bit more clay out. We don't have a whole lot left to do. And then we can move on to more flowers. And the top. I went into this project knowing what I was going to do for the top. And I changed my mind last night. Actually, yeah, late last night. Even, like, I talked to somebody about what I was doing for the top of the cake. And then I changed my mind. And went a whole different direction. So yay for that. So here we have another larger piece to fill in. So I'm going to use another larger piece of clay. And just shape your clay kind of as if you're shaping it to match the opening that's on there. It just helps you get it in there better. If you have a spot that acts like it doesn't want to stick, kind of smear it in there and it'll stay. But like I said, just because I'm not using glue doesn't mean you don't have to, that you don't have to also. Thank you, Brandy. I must have said something. Oh, I'm with you now, Sue. It took me a minute. I'm having a day. So here I have 2 mushrooms. I'm going to cover the base of one and not the other one. And the reason I'm only covering one of them is because one of them I actually didn't get all the way down where I wanted it to go. So this will help me mask the fact that it didn't touch the bottom. Thank you, sister. Hey, Michelle. And if you have an area that you think is too flat or doesn't have enough movement to it, just go back in and add a little bit more clay. Like I had a spot there that I thought kind of looked flat, so I just went in and added another little wide there. I said it again. Thanks, Michelle. I got it at Dollar General. Yeah, we have a new Dollar General by our neighborhood. Clearly our neighborhood's growing. I mean, not our neighborhood, but the area by our neighborhood is growing. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It'll be all great if they get us more food out here. But anyway, the new Dollar General has like a, I guess you could say, grocery area, but bigger than a typical Dollar General does. Like it has produce, like a small selection of produce and stuff. I think that's really cool. We don't technically have a, I mean, we do, but I don't know how to say it. We're kind of in what's considered a food desert, so there's not a lot of food places out here. We have a grocery store, but it's like one of the locally owned grocery stores that's really high. So it's nice now to have, other than the Walmart, to have another place that we can go get things from that don't cost as much as a local grocery store. If that makes sense. Like the things that I have, like the juice I drink is like $5. I think a 6-pack, yeah, 6-pack at Walmart. At the local guy's grocery store, it's $9. So it's nice to have somewhere different, you know, that's not that place. But they did just announce we're getting a fresh market type store here, like right down the street, and we're getting it's gonna have a shopping center in it, like attached to it, but they haven't really said what's going to be in the shopping center part. And we know it won't be a Dollar Tree or a Family Dollar or Dollar General because we already have those out here now. Thank you, Sweetums. Alright, I think that's all the grass. See, one more little area, I need to put one little piece and we'll be good on the grass. And then we'll let that sit for a little while we work on some other things. Yep, I think that's good. Hold on, I got one more little spot right there. Awesome, Christine. How are you today? I'm glad that it's working for you today. Okay. So see now, we have the grass, the field, and all that empty spots. Okay. Any questions or any questions about that? All right. Now what I'm going to do is set this to the side. Set it right there. Thank you, Jilly. Thank you, Jane Ann. Of course you go get that baby some bananas. Of course. So, flowers. First off, I wanted to make some pansies to go on there. And, I mean, it's an artistic take on a pansy. So, this is a purple and yellow pansy. I just did a big white middle in it. And the white middle, let's see if I can get it where you can see it better. The white middle is actually made just like we did the grass, except it's a ball. Okay? So there's the purple and yellow. And then we also did a blue and yellow. The same way. So we can make some pansies. I want to show y'all how to make the morning glories because it's a really cool technique. And maybe the calla-lily. We'll work on maybe a calla-lily. See, it's 2:56, so we have an hour. We can do that. So first off, let's do the, there are no eyes on this project, Teresa. I'm so sorry, friend. Hey, Janie. Thank you, Linda. So, let's start with the pansies because they're easy. Thank you for the stars, Kathleen. Yeah, morning glories are a beautiful flower. So for some reason, it shows me on my phone that you sent stars, but it doesn't show me here. So if I miss anybody that sends me stars, I apologize. And I will definitely catch it on the replay if for some reason I don't see it, okay? Michelle told you. Hi. Oh, that's true. And we might. It just depends if husband gets home or not. All right, so let's make the pansies first. So for the pansies, I got these little clay tools from Hobby Lobby, and it's like a cookie cutter, but then you can just pop out the clay afterwards. You can use these, or you can use a heart cookie cutter. I don't know where my little tiny heart cookie cutter is. All I have is this one. If y'all can even see yeah, there it is. So I'm going to use the stamp today. But if you wanted to make larger ones, you could use your larger heart cutters. So let's do let's see. 1, 2. Actually, we're going to do another blue and yellow one because I wanted 3 of each. I'm in the process of emptying bags of clays out right now. So I have some small bags that are in Ziplocs. You won't need much clay to make one flower. Hey, Rachel. Happy Friday. Stick around for a few minutes and you'll get to see my cake. It's pretty awesome, I think. I'm pretty impressed with myself on the cake. So we're going to start with our blue. As always, condition your clay. So Andrea, until Marie gets hers, I ordered some from Area 54, and it's good. It works well. We all know it's not our Marie's, but it does work. And they did have some. I'm not sure if she still does. So you're just going to take your heart stamp. Oh. Every one of these needs 4 of each color. I have no pattern for these. I made this up in my head. So if it doesn't look exactly like a pansy, that's why. So you see the clay in there? If you do that, it pushes it out. And you just peel it off. Okay? If your clay is drier, it'll automatically pop out when you do that. See? That one just fell right on out. So there's that one. Need one more blue. Gonna set that to the side in case I need it again. Ooh, black and purple would be pretty pansies. Yes, you do, Rachel. You need to get your clay back out is what you need to do. I didn't mean to be bossy. I'm not your daddy. I can't tell you what to do. But you should. You should play with your clay more. So again, we're just making 4 of these. I think I made this clay a little too thick. Yeah, I want to thin that out a little bit more. So we're going to put that heart back in there and roll it one more time. Yeah, that's better. I like my clay to be pretty thin when I'm doing the flowers. It just, to me, it looks more petal-like when I do that. So the pack of these that I got, the little stamps, presses, whatever you want to call them, I got at Hobby Lobby, and I got them. I didn't get the ones in the baking section. I got the ones in the polymer clay area. And it's $5.99, and you get 18 pieces. You get 3 different sizes of each shape, and it has a star, a square, a diamond, an oval, a circle, and hearts. So these are $5.99. A set of 3 in the baking section was the same price. So walk around a few aisles to the polymer clay area and get their pack. It's cheaper and you get more. Well, it's the same price, but you get more. Okay? So we have 4 of each color. What you need to do is take your heart. You can shape the petals out to be a little bit flatter if you'd like. I did not. I took it and pinched the ends together where it's kind of folded in the bottom, okay? The big ones are from the polymer clay area in Hobby Lobby. So do that to all 4 of your blue. M. Jones! Sup, my girl? Yeah, just the tip though. On the other color, on your second color, only do it to 2 of the hearts. Okay? So now you've got all 4 of one pinched, 2 of the other ones pinched, and 2 flat, okay? What you want to do is take 2 of your first color, which will be the color that you did all 4, and pinch them together like that. Would be better if they were, you know, done the same height, but I messed up. It's okay. So you have your 2 there. You want to take your second 2. Okay. Now you want to take the 2 of the opposite color that you did and put them on the sides. I'll show you in just one second. Like that. So you have 2 of the same color in the middle and 1 of the other color on each side, okay? Now, you're going to take another one of your first color and lay it right there in the middle, okay? Take your other of the same color I actually did that one a little too much, but so I can fix that a little bit. I pushed it too hard. And make it go down. Okay. Take your 2 solid hearts. I just smushed part of mine, but it's okay. And put them to the sides. So there's your now you have your pansy, right? But you need your middle. Like I said, for mine, I used little white dots. To make these, I just put a little white dot on the end of a toothpick and did the same trick with the tweezers to give it the texture. Okay? Now I'm going to take that, I'm going to leave it on my toothpick. And I just push it in. So there's your pansies. Okay? So, like I said, I did mess that one up a little bit, but it's okay. I actually kind of think that looked better than the last ones I did. It's okay. So, for now, I'm just going to leave this on the toothpick to dry a little bit. I'm just going to stick it in a piece of styrofoam. Then I am going to cut, when I use it on the cake, I will cut the toothpick off because of the way I'm going to attach it. Okay. Now, we can put our yellow clay up. I mean, our blue clay up, but we're going to keep our yellow out because we're about to use it to make our cattle lily. It's super easy. I'm assuming making larger ones would be even easier because the it's not so small, you know? So for the cattle lily, you're going to need a big heart cookie cutter. Your white clay. There we go. Yeah. Well, I mean, the pictures are out now, but were y'all able to guess any of the designers based off of the hints I gave? I'm sure some of y'all were. So the thickness of the flower for the cattle lily can be whatever you want it to be, because it needs to withstand its it needs to be able to hold its shape. I'm doing these about a quarter of an inch thick. You're just going to cut it out. I tried to do hints that would have worked for multiple people. That way it wasn't so easy, you know? Where'd my wire go? Oh, I'll just grab another piece. Well, that's a dowel. That'll work. I already have some of those out. So we're going to use a dowel. So you have your heart, right? This one's got some weird shapes on the back. So I'm going to use the inside as the flower. Instead, I'm going to use the top as the back of the flower, if that made any sense. Yeah, even a newbie can do these flowers. They're pretty easy. You should be able to get it. If not, just message me and I'll walk you through it. I have no problem doing that. So we have our heart cut out, right? That's going to be your flower, but you still need the stamina. Stamina? Is that what? Yeah, stamina. You need the centerpiece that we're not going to motion what it looks like. So you're going to make a ball. And you're going to roll it into a worm. Hey, Misty. That's about the same size as the middle of your heart. Okay? Stamen. There we go. I was saying stamina. Oh, newbie for your challenge hint? So we have the stamen. There we go. Like my name, kind of. Right? You're going to take this piece and put it on your dowel. I should probably have a dowel that's pointed to make it in better. I love y'all. So we're going to put this in there. And again, just double check your sizing. You're going to lay this directly in the center of your heart. Okay? Fold that back a little bit so it doesn't stick. Roll one end around. Okay? And put the other one over the top of it. And just kind of push it down to make your bottom the way you want it. I like mine to be a little rolled. So I'll go back in. I'm going to roll it out just a little bit around the edges. Just so it kind of lays open a little bit. And there you have it. So that is how you make your cattle lily. Right, Michelle? I caught myself doing that. So now what you want to do is it needs some depth to it. So I'm going to take my makeup palette and not drop it off the table. My brush is entirely too large for this project, by the way. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, all. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Liza. Yeah, this brush is entirely too large. The one I actually use for the makeup, I can't find it. I think it's in there. So I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to dip it in a little bit of a goldish color of the makeup and just lightly brush it on the edges. And I heard that Shelby did a really cool thing by accident this morning, I believe it was, with the makeup when shading. So I might have to go watch that. I haven't been able to watch Shelby's live yet. So I did it with a little bit of the darker, and now I'm just adding a little bit of the brighter yellow in there. And I'm adding just a little bit of bright yellow on the outside rim of the flower. Just a little bit. I actually put a little bit too much. Imagine that. Oh, it was a while back with the oil? Okay. Well, I still gotta find it because I want to watch that. So, there's where I've added the shading, if you can even see it on there. It's very light, but it's there. Now I want to take a little bit of an orange and dust the centerpiece. Just to give it a little bit of a depth to it also. So there you have it. There's your cattle lily. And of course for a stem, you just need to put a little bit of green down the stem, around the bottom of it. And then of course if you want leaves, you can add your leaves. Thank you, Mia. How are you? Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Misty. So that's all you got to do to make a cattle lily. Let me set those back off to the side. And what was the other flower? that we were going to make. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Tina Jones, M. Jones. Yo, what was the other flower we said that we were going to do? Thank you, Roger. Oh, Morning Glory. So my Morning Glories I did for the cake are a light purple and white. What color would y'all like to see the Morning Glories? I wonder why. Somebody sent stars earlier. I'm not sure why that's not working. Thank you, Lynn. If you have any questions, Mia, when you watch it, just message me, okay? Oh, you can't do it from a business account. Okay, that makes sense. M. Jones, thank you. Yeah, what color would y'all like me to do a Morning Glory in? Anything but yellow or purple. Any other color were good. Okay, y'all aren't telling me no colors. Pink. Light blue. Daffodil color. I will definitely show you, Michelle. I'll show you a daffodil. Pink. Let's do pink because the cake is blue. Yeah, we'll do pink. Oh, teal would be pretty. Chartreuse is being saved, Tina Jones. Oh, I'm fine with you being on your business page. That doesn't bother me at all. Let's do a turquoise and white. Because they're two colors, like the inside's white. So let's do a turquoise and white. I'm sorry, y'all pink people. We may still do some pink ones. Yes, all of the chartreuse is getting saved for the 23rd when me and my friend Teresa with Flowertown Crafts do our Monster Mash Springtime Bash with all of our great other friends who are making monsters with us. So it's like teal, but it's going to be turquoisey teal. I don't know what color they call it. On the screen, it looks a lot brighter than it is. Hey, Marsala, no problem. Ugh, work. But yeah, we're going to use this color in white. So what you need to do is you're going to think you need a lot more. You're going to get out a lot more than you actually need. I do it every time. Thank you, Jane Ann. You're going to roll this into a ball. Okay? You're going to take your ball tool. I'm using not the largest, but the next to the largest one. How to say this. Put your clay ball in between your thumb and first finger. And kind of hold it like that, okay? Take your ball tool. Push in. The reason you're holding it between your hands like that is just to get the cone shape. But then you're going to start to push. I'm trying to do it to where I can show you all at the same time. I messed it up. You're just going to push the clay out to make... You don't even have to use your ball tool. You can use your fingers. I use my ball tool, but... Thank you, Carol. All you're doing is rolling it around in your hand to get kind of a cup. that's hollowed on the inside. Okay? So it's hollowed in here. Set it to the side. Take an even smaller amount of white and make a little ball. You can use your ball tool. Almost like you made a little cap that sticks on the end of your finger, okay? I probably could have used a little bit more white. Hey, Karen. Okay, you're going to take that, put it inside. Okay, push it down into your flower and then pull it up. But pull both of them up at the same time. And I'll show you just a second why you're pulling them both upwards. You want to leave a little bit of a rim of your outside color showing over the top of your white. If you can see that. See how it's got a little bit of the white, a little bit of the teal color showing above the white. Okay. Take a small skewer or something and just go in and press. Your lines are going to fluff up and probably disappear for the most part. But you're just kind of pressing and pulling. You just want to give it some shapes on the inside, so it's not just flat. It probably won't show on camera. Yeah, it will. You can kind of see the shapes on there. Just little lines. Okay? Now you do need a piece of wire. Where's my wire, y'all? Oh, it's right there. It's on the other side. I'm doing roughly 5 to 6 inches of wire. I'm going to use some needle nose pliers and make a little hook on the end of it. Just a little tiny hook. Okay? Take that, put it through your flower, straight through the middle, until you feel it catch. Okay? Once you feel it catch, just kind of close off that area that you just made. I should, huh? That would be cute, Marsala. So now we brought some down, the clay down to help hold it on the wire. Now I'm going to go back in. Remember, I just put those marks in there. Okay? Now I'm just going in and squishing it. It'll make sense in a second. You're pretty much just making it thinner. So see how much it grew? All we did was make it a lot thinner. Go in on your sides. Pinch it together. Pinch it together. So there we have it. Now if you want to be open more, you just flip them open. If you want more folds in it, all you do is push and fold. Push and fold. Okay? Now, for the very middle of your flower, hey Colette, let's set that to the side for a second. We're going to go back in with our makeup palette. I'm using the same brush. We're using the same color, so. Hey Peggy, get you some yellow on there. Some bright yellow. Just go in and dab it in the directly in the center of the bottom. Just like that. And there's your morning glory. All right. Any questions about those? Or the cattle lilies? Any questions about either one of those? Good luck tomorrow on your show. Hey, Susan. All right, so we have no questions on that. I'm going to put this clay back in its bag. That's right there. And put this white clay back in its bag. No problem, Carol. I will be at work tomorrow until 3:30, and then I get to meet the beautiful and talented Ginger from Glitzy Creations by Ginger. We're going to get to hang out tomorrow afternoon after work, so I'm super excited about that. But inbox me any questions, I will definitely get back to you. Thank you, Roger. So, before we move on to buttercups, let's recap the cake real quick, okay? Let me pull the cake back over. You can make the front wherever you want the front to be. That's completely up to you. I'm just trying not to put the same color flower by the same color flower. Unless I have to. Okay, so we're recapping the cake here. There's where we're at with the cake. Okay. So that's where we're at with that. So let's do the buttercup real quick. And then we will move on to the top of the cake. What's going to go on the very top. I'm pretty excited about it. Buttercup will be yellow and orange. Isn't there... Thank you, Marsala. I missed somebody's comment. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Sweetums. Thank you, Jilly. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Jane Ann. I'm pretty proud of this cake. The image I had up here is actually coming out there, and I'm pretty happy about that. Yes, the blue on the cake base is also clay. It is a trash clay. I'm not going to say the name of it or who made it. It's nobody that we all buy from. This is just something I happened to run across. It's just not a very good clay. Just not impressed with it. It cracked. Partially could be my fault for the reason that it cracked. But even the texture is just weird. But it happened to be all I had in that color. And I made it work. Okay. Thank you, Janie. Thank you, Kathleen and Yvonne. So, buttercup real quick. So we know there are yellow buttercups. Isn't there also a white buttercup that's orange in the center? Am I right in remembering that? Like it's white flower and then the cup is orange? Thank you, Carol. Yes? Okay, that's what I thought. Let's make that one. Let's make the white one with the orange cup. Yeah. Let's do that one. So, there's two ways to do your buttercups. You can do it with a regular heart cookie cutter, which is what I did on two of the flowers that are on there. And then this one is actually done. That one's actually done with a ruffled heart cookie cutter, I guess is the word. Scalloped. This heart cookie cutter is scalloped. So we could do it with either. Yeah, certain clays don't like each other. That's for sure. I've always called daffodils and buttercups the same thing. Oh, you didn't see it, Rachel? Hold on. Let me put it all back together for you. I'm going to pull the bottom two layers over first. I think every time I put the cake together, I put it together different. There you go, Rachel. See if I can get my hand under it. Thank you, Terry. All right, let me sit it back over here. I have to keep taking the top layer off because it's not completely dry, and I don't want it to get stuck to the cake just yet. Because like I said, I'm not going to stick it all together permanently. So, all right. Thank you, Buttercup. We're doing white with orange. So let's get some white clay back out. Right, the worms worked really well to like give it some height and some depth in there. I think buttercups and daffodils are the same thing. I've always called them the same thing. So we're going to do a smaller buttercup than the ones I made for the cake already. So I'm going to use this on my table for Easter, of course. It's part of my Easter decorations. But I'm going to leave it throughout spring. much like most of the stuff you see behind me, it's going to go in there also. Because it's not exactly Easter, you know? So you can do your buttercups with 4, 6, or 8 petals. It's up to you. Oh. And I did roll it pretty thin, probably too thin. But I am going to use my smaller heart cookie cutter for this one, because I don't want it to be really big. Typically that works. It did not that time. It's okay. So I think I'm going to do 6 petals. And it's thundering again. Yay. So when you do these, you can do 2 things. You can leave your petals just your basic heart shape. Right, a bunny doesn't say Easter. It just happens to be what we use as Easter. But Easter, I mean, bunnies are spring. So, alright. So you can do 2 things. You can leave your heart the way it is, or you can go in, and I just use my fingers, and I just press them between my hands. That one I did way too much, but I can fix that. Just to kind of flatten them out, something like that. Or like I said, you can just leave them as is. Okay? Y'all saw what I just did with that petal? So we're going to make this one with 5 petals. So you just want to take your hearts. I'm not, like these, I'm not flattening it out. So overlap your middle. Okay? Almost like you're making a 4-leaf clover. Right? Now, if I wouldn't have had just messed that one up, I would go in and lay another one at an angle. You don't have to do that. So what you want to do now is I kind of push, I guess you could say push. If you have the flower kit from Wilton, this would be what you would use. The flower making kit with all the cutters and stuff from Wilton comes with these little flower cups. And you just lay that down in there. Just make sure it's where you want it. And push down the center. Just gives you a little cup shape to dry it out. Right? Alright. Now while this is still wet clay, I'm going to go in again with my makeup palette. And I'm going to, because we're doing the middle orange, I'm going to go in and do a little bit of orange highlighting around the edges. If I had a smaller brush in here with me, this would be a lot better. I'm doing this before I put the center in, just so that I can hold it in my hand better. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I just would wait. And I'm going to take a little bit of the orange right here in the middle, where I push down here. This will make sense in a second. I just did directly in the middle. You could also make cherry blossoms like this. That would be easy to make cherry blossoms too. Okay, just inbox me. We'll do it. So I have Annie's Treasures orange. It's not really bright orange. I mean, like pumpkin orange. It's more of a... It's more on the yellow side of oranges. You don't need very much. Like, that's probably too much. You just want to take it, make your worm. Like I told y'all, that was going to be way too much. That's still too much. Okay? Make a worm, lay it down, take your thumb or your ball tool, either one, press it down and push it up. Press it down, push it up, down and up, down and up. And do the same thing on the bottom side. You want it to do it with your finger so it pushes it smooth, but it also gives it a little bit of a wavy texture. Take it between your two fingers, or actually just do it like this. Just kind of pinch it. You want to make a circle. And then close off the bottom. So you've made a little cup. Okay? Now you can do the same trick with your fingers where you just go in and squeeze it. You're going to take it. So it's like a little cap, right? Stick it straight in the middle and push it down. And you can always go in, fold it, wrinkle it, kind of like you did your morning glories. And then just kind of fold it out to make it look open. Okay? It does need something directly in the middle, because I don't want to get a yellow back out. I'm just going to take a little bit of the orange and this white that I have right here. You hear it raining? Yeah. Actually, I didn't use enough of the white. You're mixing it up. Just this is going to be your stamen. Did I say it right that time? So typically I make them darker, but this one's going to be a little bit lighter. No problem, Carol. So I'm going to take my flour out of the cup now. that I just got my clay stuck to. So I just messed up that whole flower, y'all. Like, I messed up that entire flower. Yay. It'll be alright. See if I can salvage it. I should have just left it in there. It'll be alright. Yep. Messed that one all up. It's alright. Y'all get the gist of it, though. So before I messed it up, we had a pretty good buttercup going. Not so much now. We'll revisit the buttercup, okay, y'all? Because I completely messed that one up. Like, so much so that I'm just going to wad it up. Hey, Tamara. Yeah, so that was the buttercup that we messed up. So it's okay. Let's move on to the top of the cake. Again, we're on day 2 of this cake, and I probably won't get it finished today. This next part's not going to be hard to do. It's going to be... I just have to do it. Okay. Let me put this back in its bag. And y'all see I did not put it in the bag. Wad it out. Alright. So we have some greens. I'm going to take that green out because we're going to use 2 different greens now. Alright, let me pull over this. This is your top of your cake. We know there's going to be a few other flowers added, right? We're doing a take on Alice in Wonderland, obviously. So the top of the cake, if I was doing Wonderland, I'm doing it from the perspective of the White Rabbit. I'm late for a very important date. You know why he's late? He lost his clock. He lost his pocket watch. That's not breakable, so that's good. And it's on top of my cake. So that's going to be part of the cake topper. Okay? So what we're going to do is cover this to look like grass also, and it will have some flowers on it. Okay? Now here's my question. We can do this, but we don't have to do this. I made a tree to go on top of this. Okay? These are Christmas ornaments, by the way. I got them at Walmart last year. I bought like six of them, I think. And I've never used them for Christmas. I've always used them at Easter. Okay? The blue is clay. It's a foam clay. It's not a color that we can readily find, but it is a foam clay. So, the tree I made, y'all don't laugh at my tree. It needs more leaves, okay? But y'all just tell me a thumbs up if you like it, a heart if you like it, a thumbs up if you don't like it. Okay? Ready? Okay, so I see both. So that didn't help me really, because I can't tell who was sending the most. In the comments, yes tree, no tree. Because I will be perfectly okay if y'all don't like the tree. I'm fine with it either way. Okay. That's kind of how I feel, Sam. Yes, yes, yes. No tree, no tree, no tree, no tree, but I do like it. Looks like the no trees have it. Which I'm, like I said, I'm completely okay with. Because I still had to figure out how to put more green on there, and it was stressing me a little bit. So we will use the tree for something else. Okay, so we're gonna stick to this and flowers because the cake is flowers. Okay. So now we need to cover our heel, right? So what I did is this was a block that I cut down to be a heel because I didn't have the right size ball. And then I put a slit for the pocket watch to sit down into. That way I don't have to permanently attach the pocket watch into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some clay. They're not the exact same color, but we'll save this to add into it. Yeah, it would have to have roots and stuff like that. So I really wanted to make the caterpillar sweetums, and I got all my balls out to make its shape and all that. And I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to do that no more. A teacup could be cute mixed in. So I did roll my clay out, but I'm thinking I may not want to do it that way. Only because it may make it too thin when I go to give it the texture. So I'm going to do it this way instead. I'm just making a long worm. Yep, I had them all out. I'm going to wrap it around the bottom section here. And I'm just going to take it and push it like onto the clay. Kind of like I did on, there was something else I did that for the other day. I think it was one of the flowers we made. It's when we were making the bases for the flowers. That's what it was. And I'm trying not to get the clay in the area where the pocket watch is going to sit. Right. Yeah, if it was from Alice's, that would be cool. I hope to actually decorate my dining room this weekend. Hopefully. I've just been so busy with everything else that when it comes to getting my stuff out of the attic that I have to get down, I've just been a little bit lazy. I'll be honest. So before I add any more, I'm going to head and take my tweezers and texture what's already on there. We're doing it the same way that we did the texture on the bottom of the cake, around the bottom. I've also seen people do this to make fur, so that's pretty cool. Remember, we are going to put flowers on this. Not solid, but this is really just to cover the styrofoam. So it's not like you're doing this because that's all you're going to see. You know? In any spots you see that you don't think have enough texture, you can always do like we did earlier and go back in and just add a little bit more clay to that spot and pull it out. If y'all remember back to the fall when I did the pumpkin head topiaries and stuff, this is how I did the pot on those also, like the inside of the pot where they were growing from, was done the same way. It's almost done. We right now we're working on the piece that's going to go on top of it, and I am going to go in and add a few more flowers and things like that. But I'll show you in just a second where we're at so far. Let me finish covering this real quick. I hope ours don't. Well, there's heavy rain now. Heavier. So I'm assuming the storms that Jane Ann must be getting, that's made her power go off, must be what's also over here right now. Jane Ann's in Texas. I'm in Louisiana. We're not super far from each other, but we're far enough that we can't like just pop over, be like, "Ooh, let's go get dinner." We're not that close. We're close enough we could plan to meet up. Like tomorrow when I meet up with Ginger. She's coming here for a concert. I think we're like 5 hours from Ginger. I'm not sure how far I am from Jane Ann. Yes, I'm stabbing it to push some of it down in there. Oh, it's not raining or anything? Oh. That's crazy that your power just went out then. And this color green that I'm using for the ice, I mean for the grass on this cake is a custom color that I mixed myself. So this isn't a color that everybody has. But I get it from just taking a bright green and mixing it with a brown. heavy on the brown. Alright, let's put the lid back on that for now. It's about the same. Let's put our little clock back in. We can do it either way. I just kind of think it looks cute leaning in towards it. And I just smushed my grass back down, y'all. I wasn't thinking about that. So there's our top. We pull this back over. So that'll go like that. Of course, it's going to have flowers coming out of it, those kind of things. There. I think that's super cute. So let me set that back to the side. I do think he probably needs a mushroom at the top on top of that also. We're going to go in and add some little flowers, those kind of things to it. Pull this back over here. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Tisha. Thank you, Susan. Pull the cake back over. I don't know if you can tell on the bottom layer, there are little ivy leaves and stuff on there. Don't think you can really see them, but I've made a whole bunch of those, and those are going to be mixed in there also. I do have the little mushrooms like I put on here. I've got some I made. I have some I ordered. So I may not order. I bought at Dollar General. I'm probably going to put some mushrooms up there with it. It's not centered right. It's close. Close enough. Like I said, this cake has turned several times. I have to play with it to get it exactly the way I want it. But there it is, y'all. That's what we've done up to this point.